Hello, watch enthusiasts, and welcome to another episode of OJ's Take 5. I'm your host, OJ Whatley, coming to you live and in real time, direct from Watch One headquarters here in Hollywood, Florida. Hope everybody had a fantastic and wonderful Christmas holiday. As well, happy Hanukkah to all of those joining us, and welcome to another special segment of OJ's Take 5 and 10, where we talk about the watches of Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights, and of course, Hanukkah, those significant colors representing Hanukkah, blue, silver, white. So today, I have a special hand-selected and curated selection of 5 watches that I feel truly represent the spirit of Hanukkah. So, what I thought we'd do that would be fun is I selected 5 watches. 4 of those watches are here, and my 5th Hanukkah watch is over here. Now, since it's actually the 8 days of Hanukkah, I don't have enough time to do all 8 watches, but I do have 3 bonus watches making up our 8 watches of Hanukkah underneath this golf towel. Here's what we're going to do. The first person to chime in with their guess as to what watch is in either this box or any of these 3 watches gets to win our specially selected prize package, which includes, of course, the official Watch You Want baseball hat, an original IWC microfiber cleaning cloth, this beautiful leather watch travel carry case, which carries 4 watches, 2 here and then 2 in this pouch right here. Original leather, probably retails for around $149. And as well, this Watch You Want golf towel. Now, I'll see if I can find any more swag between now and when we ship this package out, but the winner is going to get this special package. And all you need to do is chime in with your guess as to what watch you think is in here or what these other 3 watches might be in. Whoever is the first one to chime in with the right watch that's under either this towel or in this box wins the prize. Now, I will give you a hint. Number 1, I tried not to duplicate any of the brands between at least the first 5 watches. Now, there may be some duplication in here, but I guarantee you these 5 watches are all separate and distinct brands. Number 2, in the true spirit of Hanukkah, each one of these watches has somewhat of a blue, silver, or white theme, and that's really how I chose them. So again, there's 3 watches here, there's 1 watch here. You got 4 chances. That's 4 chances to guess which one of these watches might be under either the blanket, the golf towel, or in this box. So without further ado, the 5 watches of Hanukkah, OJ's Take 5, are really the 8. But we're just going to focus on 5. The first watch, one of my favorites. This is the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Chronograph. Represent 491... reference number 49150. This is a 42 millimeter stainless steel case, and I absolutely love that beautiful royal blue dial. It is just so splendid, so beautiful, unmistakably blue, and just fantastic. It's got a brushed stainless steel case, a shiny bezel, it's got a solid case back, and it comes with this integrated blue rubber sports strap. Additionally, what I love about this watch, it comes with an interchangeable midnight blue alligator strap that gives this watch definitely a little more flair, a little more substance when you put it on there, as opposed to this sporty look with the blue rubber strap. Also, this watch has the screw-down winding crown and screw-down chronograph plunger pushers, just like in the Rolex Daytona, for example. So it is waterproof, and you can screw down those winding crowns to make sure you don't inadvertently, or the chronograph pushers, to make sure you don't inadvertently start, stop, or reset the chronograph. Also, what this watch has, which unlike the Daytona, is it's got a double-digit or grand guichet big date window at 12 o'clock. It's a double-digit date indication window at 12 o'clock, unmistakable and easy to read. So there's our first watch. Our second watch. I mean, how can you have a Hanukkah party without the Omega Seamaster, the original James Bond watch that replaced the Rolex, but probably the most publicized, the most marketed watch of the James Bond franchise. This is the James Bond 253180. This is a classic, timeless sport watch. This, to me, is the understated elegance. This is the sport utility vehicle of watches. Affordable and absolutely timeless. In my opinion, it combines all of the mechanical accuracy of a Rolex Submariner chronometer COSC certified movement, and just like I said, a timeless favorite. This watch is a super old one. This is the original 253180 with the matte dial. It's got applied luminous hour markers for the dots, and it's got lume fill on the skeleton hands at the tips. It's got a red seconds hand, and of course you've got the unidirectional diver's bezel with the blue aluminum insert. What this watch has, which was discontinued in the latest model, Omega Seamaster Professional 300 meter, is this has the blue guilloche dial with the wave pattern. I'm not sure how well it's, oh, there we go. There you go. Now you can see those waves. Absolutely timeless in my opinion, and this is what you don't get with the new ceramic bezel versions. You don't get that wavy guilloche dial. This watch has a screw-down winding crown, and at 10 o'clock you've got a passive helium release valve, though I pray none of us will ever have to use that, unless you're in a habitat, of course. But you can see that guilloche dial, and if you want to know really what differentiates the older models from the newer ones is number one, that guilloche dial, those waves, and number two, this particular watch and the older models, they don't have the chrome circle or outline around the hour markers. They just have the dots as if they were like dripped onto the dial. Really nice, timeless, classic, and at the same time has a level of elegance, I think, that you really can't argue with. So that's our second watch, the Omega Seamaster 253180. You know, just to recap, the Vacheron Constantin has a retail of $20,000, and it's available on the Watch You Want website for $13,500. And the Omega Seamaster, the current retail on the ceramic version of this is around $4,500 if I'm not mistaken. This watch is available on the Watch You Want website for $24.95. You know, before I go any further, I know you guys like to do a quick wrist check. Of course, on my left wrist is my perennial favorite, my Panerai submersible Bronzo, the PAM 382. And on my right wrist is something a little different. I mean, how can you mess with perfection? There it is, the PAM 382 in all its glory. And on my right wrist, I have a really fun watch that I just love strapping this bad boy on. This is the FP Journe Elegante 48. It's that vagabondage case in titanium. It is a quartz movement, but a really cool quartz movement that when you set this watch, take this watch off and set it down, the movement stops. And when you go to pick it up and put it on your wrist again, you see the hands move to reset to the correct time. So you never have to set it, and the battery is good supposedly for like 17 years. This is the Elegante 48, and my suspicion is that FP Journe's not going to release a lot of these. I've been told they made less than 400 of them, and they've already distributed them throughout the world. I really see this watch as sort of the ideal sort of loaner watch when you have an FP Journe in service. This is what they give you to wear while you're waiting 6 months or a year to get it back from service. Kind of like what Hublot did. I don't see this as a long-term piece in the catalog or the lineup, just because I know FP Journe is so conscientious about quality and the level of craftsmanship. And while this is a pretty special watch, I just don't think it's going to stand the test of time with regard to keeping in the catalog. But I could be wrong. In either case, I love it. I love that white circle that glows like a flashlight at night for the hour markers. And it's just a really neat and fun watch. Plus, I just love the size. To me, this kind of wears like a Patek Philippe Nautilus or Aquanaut. Just really light, super sporty, etc. Okay, on to our fourth watch. By now, hopefully you guys have put down your guesses as to what you think is in either this box or under the towel, one of these three watches. Here goes, gang. Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 46. Love this watch. I love that silverized dial with the contrasting navy blue bezel. It's a 46 millimeter stainless steel case. It's a silverized dial with luminous indicators, hour indicators, index markers, and of course the hour and minute hands have luminous fill. Such a simple, clean, and super legible watch. You've got the date at 6 o'clock, which for me is a must, and you've got a really oversized winding crown, which I happen to love. Makes it really easy. It's a screw-down winding crown, easy to set the watch, set the date, etc. And what I love about this watch is what we call the shark-proof or mesh bracelet. This is a new release, circa several years ago, but this is going back to the mesh-proof or shark-proof bracelet. Just cool. Has a very different look, and really makes for a great sport watch and diver's watch. Also, it's got a non-glinting, non-reflective appearance on it, so supposedly it won't attract fish or shark or barracuda when you're diving in the water. This watch has a retail of $44.85. On the Watch You Want website, it's $27.95. Features that shark-proof bracelet with the folding deployment clasp and the flip lock safety latch as well. A really fun watch and a cool watch, and you know, I rarely have seen this blue bezel combo with the silver dial. Whoops, there it is upside down. But I thought, what an appropriate watch to represent Hanukkah, right? The silver and blue, the Festival of Lights. All right, number 4, the Ulysses Nardin Quadrato. This wears comparable to about a 44 millimeter watch. It's about a 42 millimeter squared watch. It's a dual time, so you've got a GMT complication, and you've also got a date indication. And the neat thing about the GMT complication is it adjusts with just the push of this button over here, where you can either advance the hour hand forward or advance the hour hand backward. And it's designed so that this becomes your home time, or not your home time, but your travel time wherever you are, and then you've got a 24-hour indicator time zone. The secondary time zone is at 9 o'clock. You've also got a double-digit or grand guichet date indication at 2 o'clock. A really cool watch. Love that two-tone silver dial. You've got sort of a darker slate dial zone around the outer edge of the dial, and then you have like a brushed stainless steel zone in the middle of the dial with a blue border for the hour track, like a railroad track hour track minutes going around the middle of the dial. A really cool watch, really nice layout, and it comes on this beautiful midnight blue alligator strap with the stainless steel folding deployment buckle. Just to give you an idea, this is the reference, let's see, what's the reference on this guy? So this is the reference 243-92/601. It's got a retail of over $8,000, and we're asking $39.95 on the Watch You Want website. Again, I thought, wow, there is definitely a Hanukkah watch, if there ever was one, with the silver, the blue, and the silverized almost white. Also, this watch has a see-through case back, so you can see the movement. Just a really cool piece in my opinion. And again, with that dual time, it makes it very convenient if you're traveling to be able to track multiple time zones and do it without actually having to reset your watch. All you have to do is utilize these buttons for advancing or reversing the hour hand. That's number 4. And so now we come to number 5. Hopefully by now, all of you guys have guessed, and hopefully someone's gotten it right, exactly what's in this box. But just in case, I'm going to give you guys a hint. It's definitely a watch with a blue, a white themed kind of dial. It's a watch that definitely retails for less than $30,000, if that helps. Let's see, what else can I tell you? And it's not a brand that's featured in these 4 watches. So, without further ado, here goes. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds or so to get your last guesses in, and we'll go from there. So, here goes. Dun, 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 dun. So this is definitely one of my more favorite pieces. Here you go, gang. The AP Royal Oak Navy Offshore Themes Dial Navy Edition. There it is, the white and the blue. Hopefully one of you guys guessed it. The AP Offshore Royal Oak Offshore Chronograph Themes Dial, featuring the white dial with contrasting midnight blue subdials, and of course you've got this accenting blue, oh goodness, what the heck do we call it? With the blue alligator hornback strap. You've got that bump from the alligator's back right there. You've got contrasting white stitching in the theme of the Navy. You know, interestingly enough, the first version of the Navy, the first models they released actually came with a blue leatherized sort of rubber strap. And in the second rev, they re-released the Navy with the hornback strap. And I think it definitely was well warranted. That blue leather strap just didn't wear very well. And again, I just don't think it did enough for the watch. This is the first version of the Navy. Now, there is a new style Navy that's out there that has a little different dial as well. Also, that watch has ceramic pushers. But this is a 42 millimeter stainless steel case. Of course, you've got the signature Gerald Genta octagonal case. 8-sided case. You've got a screw-down winding crown, rubber pushers at 2 and at 2 and at 4. And you've got, your full function chronograph with your date indication with a magnifier at 3 o'clock on this side. So this watch, current retail on a Royal Oak Offshore on a strap is around $26,000. We've got this watch on the Watch You Want website for $15,495. Again, for Hanukkah, if you guys are looking for any of these watches for Hanukkah, you can call up, mention that you saw these watches on Take 5, and I can promise you we'll work with you on the prices. Just mention you saw OJ on OJ's Take 5, you saw this watch featured, and you want a deal. We'd love to make a Hanukkah present for you out of one of these watches. So hopefully one of you guys guessed that this was our 5th Hanukkah watch. But if you didn't, there's 3 more that you might get right. So here goes. I'm going to do the grand unveiling now. Dun, 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 dun. I'll do it one at a time. The first watch, the Rolex Yachtmaster. Whoopsie, where am I? There we go. The Rolex Yachtmaster blue dial with the platinum bezel, with the diver's bezel in engraved relief. Of course, it's a bidirectional bezel. It's not really a diver's bezel, but how can you not have a Hanukkah watch theme show and not talk about the Rolex Yachtmaster with the blue dial? Just a beautiful watch. I happen to love that contrasting red seconds hand. I've always been kind of bored with the Yachtmaster until they went to this blue dial, and I really just fell in love with the Yachtmaster all over again when they re-released it with this blue dial and those big maxi dial oversized hour markers. Just a great watch. So that's number 6. Number 7, the Breitling Transocean chronograph. This is a 45 millimeter case, stainless steel with the blue dial. Again, we're talking about blues. Now, what I really like about this watch is it features a brushed stainless steel case that is completely non-reflective for the most part. It's like that brushed satin brushed finish with that beautiful blue dial. 3-register chronograph with a date between 4 and 5. It's got a solid case back, but just an awesome watch. Really a beautiful watch with that blue dial. And our final 8 days of Hanukkah, the 8th day watch. We should all be lucky we should get this on the 8th day. This is the AP Royal Oak, the 40 millimeter. Oh goodness, I just lost my reference number. This is the 125202. This is the 39 millimeter Royal Oak. And this is as close to the original release of the Royal Oak time and date only model as it gets. The first AP that was released, Royal Oak, was a 39 millimeter version, and this is that watch in 39 millimeter. Typically, this watch is available exclusively at the boutiques, typically at full retail and in very short supply. We've got this watch available on the Watch You Want website at an unbelievable discount from retail. Additionally, I'm holding the watch in my hand and I swear you'd think it was brand new if you could see it the way I'm seeing it right now. But in fact, it is a pre-owned watch, and that gorgeous blue dial. It is a very dark blue dial. In natural light, it looks a lot more blue, but on the camera and with our lights that we're dealing with today, we've got to work a little harder to really accentuate that blue dial. But nonetheless, it is a blue dial. It's gorgeous against that rose gold case and bezel and that beautiful rose gold bracelet. Such an awesome watch. Beautiful, beautiful watch. I hope you guys get something really great for Hanukkah. I hope everybody got something really great for Christmas. Best wishes for a happy and healthy New Year, although I will be back next week doing a New Year's Eve special, some New Year's specials. As always, thank you so very much for your time today. Wear your watches in the best of health, and happy Hanukkah. This is OJ Whatley signing off. Have a great day.